Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently working our way through some slightly cheaper technologies, trying to get a little bit caught up. Specifically though, oh, yonder are refugees. Fantastic. We love it. We want more refugees.
Spaceborne beast.
That's fantastic. So more refugees showing up is good. We will put them to work. Absolutely. So we're currently building on Earth a Ministry of Production. That looks good. We are working on getting our technology caught up, and that should be fine as well, as we work our way through these faster techs. Our consumer goods are definitely a concern right now, but they're not a huge one. So I think overall it's broadly okay. We do need to get the third fleet built up. And how expensive are alloys right now?
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Reasonably. But we'll buy a few. Okay. We also finished up gamma lasers. Fantastic. That, of course, is going to mean that we need to upgrade our fleets. But that's to be expected. Planetary shield generators, advanced shields. Oh, these feel a lot faster now that we've reduced our empire size. I like it. That's great. So, advanced shields, plasma accelerators, shield capacitors, it's all fine. I think we'll go for advanced shields. 17 months on that, so still a fairly long time there. But this Forge world requires a job. At this point, the obvious choice is a civilian industry here. What type of job is this? Bizarro Ottoman is the type of worker, so that's fine. No problem there. Now, how much to get our fleets fully reinforced for right now? Under the fleet manager, 5882. That's a lot better.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
But we're going to need to take these all to 130. So, there's that. This embassy is fine. And we got plasma thrusters. Cool. What else do we have here? We don't really need the minerals at this point. Mining station output would also improve our... various locations if we get zoomed in here. For like our alloys, as well as for our energy credits. So that wouldn't necessarily, these rare crystals here, those are all mining stations. So that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Given what we've got here, I think that's what we do go with. A lot of this is cleanup on old technology that we bypassed to get particular other ones. Hello. What can only be described as a dimensional portal has been discovered in a remote location on Ouija Prime. Weather prediction algorithms noticed a strange air current, which was eventually determined to be caused by the slight leakage of atmosphere into the portal. The rate of loss is far too small for it to make any difference to life on Ouija Prime, but the very existence of this portal raises some disturbing questions, such as, where does it lead to? And could something come through the portal from the other side? Well, we'll definitely look into that, but the question is, which world is that on that is Ouija Prime? It'll be a feature, won't it? Looks like it's on our science world. So that's actually really, really lucky that that happened to pop up there. Yeah, portal research area. I love it. Okay, so let's go ahead and probe that dimensional portal. That'll be done in 2 months. Not too bad. And we'll see what we can find on the other side.
Incoming transmission.
Maybe a source of additional alloys. That would be awfully nice. So we'll get that all done, and this Forge world now requires a job, but this is one of these guys. He can migrate, and we might want to say that migration is the best outcome there. Realistically. We already have an enforcer and 2 culture worker jobs available here. So I think we'll not build anything else there for the moment. I really wish we could spend our influence on something. For the moment, we can't. I suppose we would spend it actually over here, wouldn't we? Because what we would end up doing is we can only do claim conquers over here. I wasn't thinking about claims because we were going to fight the Istran Slayers, and we don't need claims against them. But against the Scanurians, we actually do need claims. So we can spend down our influence this way. And at least make a few claims over here. There we go. Cool. Now at least we're not wasting our influence, so that's good. High energy dimension, huh? The dimensional portal on Ouija Prime leads to a dimension of pure energy, a small amount of which can be siphoned through the portal for our own use. The procedures used to handle discrete packets of energy also have a potential use as a weapon system. So plasma accelerators, cool. And dimensional portal researchers will now also produce energy. Fantastic. That's really good. I like it. So we want to make sure that this is designated at this point as a tech world. There we go. Beautiful. And Ouija Prime here is currently designated as a colony. I haven't fully decided what that's going to be, honestly, at this point. We're going to have to go after the Istrin pretty soon. I'm wondering if we can find a coalition, potentially. Indeed. We are getting a lot of refugees out of it. That's definitely noted.
Scientific breakthrough
I
achieved.
would really like... Actually, we should build here. There's a couple things we should build here. We should build specifically, first things first, a... Where is it? Ministry of Production. There we go. That's what we should build. Moat harvesting traps would be nice, but for the time being, Ministry of Production is what we're going to have. So there's this fleet command limit increase. That's good. Efficiencies of scale would be very good for us here. We definitely take that. Cool. So that'll be fine. On Gilprim Prime, this is a Forge world. This is that same world that we were already looking at. We'll just clear off these tile blockers. That'll be okay. Do we have any other tile blockers? We should work on clearing those. Just make sure that they're gone. Massive glacier here. There's a bunch on Jurup. And we actually can't afford the energy credits to get rid of them all. I'm going to sell off a bunch of minerals here. And then on Jurup, we will go ahead and continue to queue those up. Fantastic. Trabano has 3, and they're pretty expensive too. Okay. Well, we could definitely think about selling off some volatile moats here. There we go. That should get what we need. And we'll clear off these tile blockers. Let's see here. Those are already queued up. I thought... Yeah, it was Trabano. Okay. Yeah. And then we've got Grumium Prime here. Gilprim Secundus. And we can clear all of these. No problem. Fantastic. There's these max mining districts, but I don't care about that.
Incoming transmission.
Cool. And we do have an established embassy here. I like it. The rest of the galaxy is deciding that they don't like the Istrin Slayers, and they don't like what's going on there. So that's nice. Mining station output has come up. That's fantastic. And we'll grab battleship build cost and build speed reductions, I think. That'll be okay. Relic activation. Done. Fantastic. We'll definitely have that go. And this is all looking good as far as our constructions go. Yeah, looks fine. So let's go ahead and queue up the third fleet here. Are we missing something? 128. Hang on. 2, 7, 10, 30, 34. 2, 5, 10, 20, 34. It's definitely very different. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring these up. I think 3, 6, 12, 24, and then making our way up towards 48. We actually do get there. We could just finish up the rest of these with frigates and corvettes evenly, perhaps? Something kind of like this. 12, 33, 45. I don't love it, but it's a possibility. So 2, 6, 12, and then this was 33 and 45. This goes down to 6. 12, 33, and we missed a battleship here, I think. Yes. There we go. Okay, so that's going to cost us 24,000 alloys to get that all put together. That's fine. I'm not shocked about that. The real question is, how many total ships will that be? 440? That's pretty high over our naval cap right now. We don't have the resources to spare. We're not going to do the procurement. I don't actually care about that. So this generator world needs a job. We could boost up the energy nexus here. And the question is, how are we doing on our exotic gases? Actually, we can't afford that in terms of exotic gases. Could we put in... No exotic gas free locations here. We could put in a Ministry of Production here, though, because we do have the alloy foundry in the civilian industry. So that'll help us a little bit anyway. The Bruggen Reavers no longer exist. Cool. So that's reasonably fine.
Block it cleared.
And we are clearing our way through all of these blockers. These guys are no longer able to migrate. I guess we'll put in a city district,
Blocker
which would
cleared.
theoretically allow us to build something else here if we wanted to. But there isn't really a lot that I want to build there right now. It'll be fine for the moment, I guess, but I really don't love it. I really don't love that. But it is what it is. So
Scientific
let's go ahead
breakthrough
and
achieved.
upgrade Europe Prime. This is a very big deal, actually. We want to get that planetary
Blocker
capital
cleared.
moved up to the top. There we go. Shift-click that.
Blocker cleared.
Cool. And then from there, we're definitely going to put in our Research Institute.
Blocker
That's going to be a
cleared.
very big deal for us. So we'll get that ready to go. Okay, we do need our physics research. Particle lances, huh? I really want to get the artisan output here. That'll go a long ways towards dealing with this perennial consumer goods issue that we've got. So that'll be good, and we can certainly continue to invest our alloys into our fleet here. Fantastic. And eventually we're going to need to upgrade these, but the question is now the time for that? And I don't think that is.
Blocker cleared.
Yeah, I really don't think now is the time for that one. So we'll come back to that later on. How are we doing on our Unity? 15 months until our next Ascension perk. Okay, that's going to be a very big deal.
Blocker cleared.
Defender of the Galaxy is probably what we're going to go for here. So that'll be... In fact, we're definitely going to want to get Defender of the Galaxy. Do we already have it? No, it's right here. Okay. So that will be very good later. The real question is, do we get the bonuses against Crisis of Spirits? And I don't know the answer to that. That'll be very interesting to find out. Food processing centers? Sure, our food isn't the greatest, so that works. This mining world requires a job. For the moment, I'm going to put in alloy nanoplants here. Yeah, we've got plenty of volatile motes. I'm not concerned about that. Adventure Prime needs a job as well. I think the same story here. Alloy nanoplants. We need more alloys. That is definite. So, one question that I have here. We can build up our trade network. If we go into our policies, and we set our trade policy... Okay, only wealth creation is possible. Noted. We should probably start harvesting this, though. So I'm just thinking here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a station here in Tribano Prime, which we would go ahead and upgrade right now to a starport. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alternatively, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the station in Tribano should grab everything past Fuwu for us. For sure. It'll grab a few of these other things up here. Then from there, we could build a station in Elthier. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that would guarantee everything over here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to Japris. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't quite get Imilgaran if we build it in Elthier. Which means we don't build it in Elthier. We build it in Ionides instead. Because we're not concerned about lower distance up here, right? And we should get this upgrading to a Star Fortress. That is something that we should do just to get the additional trade hubs in here, because we do have the Off-World Trading Company. So let's get that going. That'll also give us those hydroponics bays, which won't be a bad thing either. So we'll get that all put together. That will make our economy on paper look a lot better. Even though our economy is reasonable, it will look better on paper once we have that done.
Blocker cleared.
And that's going to get us a decent chunk of trade value. Now, we're going to have some piracy from this. I'm quite certain on that. But I think it's okay. Not too concerned about that. I'm not going to spend alloys on our fleet at this moment because we know we're going to need it on these upgrades, right? So that'll take a little bit. We're not taking them to citadels. There's, at this time, no reason to do that. So we're only going to take them up to the level that Galurum is going to, which is going to be Star Fortress. That's fine. Somebody else declaring on the Istran Slayers. Okay. Hopefully they slow down the Istran Slayers.
Scientific breakthrough
That would be good.
achieved.
Battleship. Hey, I like it. Battleship upgrades. Titans. We'll absolutely take Titans. So that'll be absolutely great for us. Advanced food processing will be finishing up very shortly here. Cool. Now this is looking good. So we'll get our trade stations ready to go.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
And there's our food processing center. I like
Blocker cleared.
it. Faction unity bonus is probably
Rocket
the best
cleared.
thing in here. It's not great. That's for sure. But hey, there's our expansion done. So there's our starbase upkeep reduction, and we're going to take Defender of the Galaxy here for sure. We know that there's going to be big crisis issues. So we'll take that. And that kind of gives us a leg up over the AI, to be honest,
Incoming
knowing that that's
transmission.
coming. But sure. Yep, you can establish an embassy, that's fine. We are defenders of the galaxy. Armenia
Incoming
is the
transmission.
galaxy. And we will defend Armenia. That's how this works. They just don't know that they're part of Armenia yet. So that'll be fine. And what are we going to go with for our next
achieved.
tradition is the question. Well, we've got 44 months to figure that out. So we'll see what things are looking like then. Let's see here. Plasma accelerators? Mostly as a reroll. I guess we could grab some code breaking here. That's a nice and quick reroll there. Cool, and we're positive in our consumer goods for the moment. I don't necessarily expect that to continue, but that's fine for now. I just saw the Scanurians move. Oh, they're fighting the Istran preventatively. Noted. Hey, their economy is down to superior on ours now. We're definitely catching up with them. So this Forge world, I would love to put in a Ministry of Production, but we need a planetary capital for that. We need more population here to make that happen. So this is a Forge world. So we should simply put in an industrial district. That'll solve that problem for now. Assuming that that's a species that can work.
Blocker
It
cleared.
isn't. But we could definitely upgrade to this heritage site. That won't fix anything, but it'll help, maybe. Probably not,
Scientific
to be honest.
breakthrough achieved.
But there's our Bureau of Espionage finishing up, and this is a lot of, like, encryption and code breaking. Okay, we'll grab encryption here, but I don't love it. It'll be fine. Okay, these star bases definitely need to start being worked on as not anchorages. What am I doing? We need these to be trade hubs. Eventually we'll need anchorages, but we'll just get that all going, and then we'll build a pair of trade hubs here. There we go. Off-world trading company and upgrade that. Fantastic. The Galurum station is going to be a little bit yet. So let's go ahead and put the rest of these alloys into our fleet. It'll be a little bit before we're ready to spend more alloys.
Breakthrough achieved.
So that's great. And we're hoping that the Istran kind of bite off more than they can chew. We'll see how realistic that is, but we'll see. Faction Unity bonus looks good. And next up, we're going to go for leader level cap, I guess? Sure, that'll do. Are the Istran overwhelmed right now? There's only the one war. The Zadran and the Scanurians are both on the same side in that war. So these are the Scanurians here, and these are the Zadran. I don't feel like they win it in the end. I feel like the Istran win this if they play their cards right. Their main problem is that their two fronts are extremely far apart. That will be complicated for them. But we might do something about that. That is a bit of a hard maybe,
Blocker
but we
cleared.
might. I would like to... This is one of these guys. Okay, we need to take a look here. These should be fine. No problem there. I guess we'll build a city district here. It's a tech world, so that's fine. Okay, so the Scanurians are fighting over here, and if the Scanurians get wrecked a bit by the Istran, we might swoop in and try to take some of their territory. That would be the overall goal there. I want to check in on claims.
Breakthrough achieved.
Okay, that'll do for now. Encryption +2, that looks good. And let's grab shields capacitors, I guess. That'll do just fine. I want to get those Titans ready to go and get Titans into our fleets. That would be great. Of course, we're going to have some naval cap issues.
Cleared.
And we should probably think about building a couple of anchorages, to be honest. So we'll build an anchorage here and an anchorage here. Cool. That'll help us boost up our naval cap. And Galurum is going to be done in about 100 days. Now, I'm not expecting this to be particularly challenging to fill out. We've got the Hydroponics Bay and the Off-World Trading Company here right now. And of course, these guys are going to need further upgrades. But we are starting to put together some, at least, of these bits of trade value. I do wish that we had policies other than wealth creation for our trade policy, but it is what it is. I'd love it if we could get some alloys out of that. Sadly, that's not an option. So, on Europe, we definitely have one of these guys. City district it is.
Construction complete.
And on Ouidra here, we know that we're going to be needing, eventually anyway, a monument. And on Ouidra, we need the monument as well. So we'll let that be built. Fantastic. On Alpha Centauri Prime, we require a job. Absolutely an alloy megaforge, I think. Everything else is looking decent, so that should be fine. We'll get that going. We're up to 173 alloys per month. It could be higher, no doubt about that. Ooh, that's a bunch of refugees. Love to see it. So, we now need a worker. Well, actually, this is one of these guys. Not amazing. Let's let... what do we want to do with this? They're servile. They can't be priests. They can't be culture workers. They could be farmers, I suppose. What else are we going to do with these building slots is a question that I have right now. I'll put it in a hydroponics farm, but I don't love it. My hand is kind of forced there, in some ways.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay, so the shield capacitor, ooh, sapient combat AI. What could possibly go wrong? Now we're going to take hyper shields right now, I think. We're going to have enough problems. So we're going to take hyper shields for the moment. That'll be fine. And that'll be a solid upgrade to us technologically. That's the Scanurians there. Have the Istran responded to the Scanurians at all? Not really, is the answer. We do need to start making some aggressive moves. The time is just not quite right for that. It's really close.
Construction complete.
We're just not quite there yet. So these are intended to be anchorages, right? And this is going to be a naval logistics office, and upgrade that to a starhold. There we go. 2 anchorages, a naval logistics office, and upgrade to a starhold. Galurum Station here, we can put in an additional pair of trade hubs, which we will absolutely do. And then we could do like resource silos, so those don't cost any upkeep. Yeah, we could definitely do that.
Scientific
Cool.
breakthrough achieved.
What else do we have here? Fleet command limit. I mean, sure. Our naval cap is our bigger problem right now. We could just clean up some of these. Starbase cap would actually allow us to build 2 additional anchorages, which would allow us to increase our naval cap. Not necessarily the worst of ideas. Gilprim Secundus here. Yeah, this is going to be another one of these situations. Yeah. Okay, we'll put in another hydroponics farm here. I don't love it, but there we go. That'll do for now. And how are things going over here at Tribano? Okay, that's looking fine. And over at Ionides? Yep, that's underway. Cool. So I think we can go ahead and spend our alloys on our fleet now. Cool. So we need another 800 to fill out the first fleet here. I think that's accurate. Yes, that should be our battleship. Okay, what's the current price of alloys? Actually, it's pretty low. We'll buy in a few. Cool. And we'll get that building immediately. So that fleet is at full strength. Fantastic. We'll get the second fleet working towards that as well, but it's a ways away. And that's all looking good. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue preparing to fight somebody. We'll keep an eye on the outcome of this war. And we'll want to fight one of them, for sure. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentwin, James, Shadowwolf, Emlohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisil, Kadra, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.